Sampdoria versus Parma is a clash between Roberto Mancini and Gianfranco Zola, two of the most talented Italian footballers of their generation. The Sampdoria captain gets things started. With a backheel, he passes the ball to Ivani, who finishes ice cold with his strong left foot. But Zola's response is not long in coming. Parma's number 10 takes on Sampdoria's defense single-handedly, leaving his opponents, including goalkeeper Zenga, looking paralyzed. The immediate equalizer. But Zola wasn't done yet and added another goal. Once again, the defense of the 1991 Italian champions couldn't stop him, and instead of passing to his unmarked teammate, the man from Sardinia took the shot himself and scored a magnificent goal to make it 2-1. But Mancini and Zola weren't the only ones who had something to offer the spectators today. A deflected ball became the perfect assist for Dutch superstar Ruud Gullit, who scored his first goal of the season to make it 2-2. A fair result in a high-class duel. After a weak start to the season, AC Milan is gaining momentum. Roberto Donadoni and Paolo Di Canio secured the victory in Padova. Di Canio set up the first goal, and Donadoni scored it. Shortly afterwards, the two swap roles. Di Canio's header gives the reigning Italian champions and Champions League winners a comfortable 2-goal lead early on. Although Padova managed to reduce the deficit after about an hour with a goal from Filippo Maniero, they were unable to equalize. AC Milan celebrated an important victory and were even able to close the gap on the leading teams in the table. The reason for this is Ruggiero Rizzatelli's beautiful goal against his former club. Torino handed league leaders Roma their first defeat of the season, allowing their rivals to close the gap. The Lazio players were able to relax on the sofa and watch their arch-rivals defeat, because in the afternoon, the Laziali had brilliantly accomplished their task against Napoli. The outstanding player was Giuseppe Signori, who had not yet scored a goal. Here is his first of a total of 4 goals that afternoon. For his second goal, Signori is fortunate that Roberto Bordin deflects the ball into his own net. After a free kick, the otherwise hopelessly outclassed visitors were able to reduce the deficit for a while through Agostini, without ever giving the impression that the game could still be turned around. Lazio had long struggled to convert their overwhelming superiority, with up to 70% possession at times, into more goals. But that was about to change. The game changer was Marco Di Vaio's substitution. The 18-year-old striker scored the third goal himself. Signori took on the role of assisting for once. Di Vaio then provided 2 more perfect assists for Signori. Napoli's defense fell apart, allowing Lazio's captain to catch up in the scoring charts. The 5th goal followed the same pattern. The visitors were just glad when the final whistle blew. A perfect afternoon for Lazio. In Foggia, the spectators were also treated to a decidedly one-sided game. Superstar Roberto Baggio opened the scoring on this sunny afternoon with his 4th goal of the season. The rising star Alessandro Del Piero scored the 2nd goal. He cut inside and fired the ball into the net. The hosts were overwhelmed in every aspect of the game. Juventus seized the moment to boost their confidence with a flurry of goals. Baggio set up Marocchi, and the man who finished 3rd with Italy at the 1990 World Cup on home soil without playing a single game scored his 1st goal of the season. As if 0-3 wasn't bad enough, goalkeeper Mancini makes a serious mistake shortly before halftime. Vialli says thank you and makes it 4-0. In the second half, the record champions slowed down the pace of the game somewhat, allowing the hosts to score at least 1 goal of their own after a corner kick. But Gianluca Vialli once again had the final say. Juventus celebrated a resounding victory, and Foggia's situation already looks very precarious. A significant improvement in performance will be needed, especially in defense, if they are to have any chance of staying in the league. Inter struggled against Bari. Sosa had the best chance shortly before the end, but the match ended in a disappointing 0-0 draw. Fiorentina celebrates its superstars Rui Costa and Gabriel Batistuta. The Argentine striker scores the first goal in the victory at Reggiana after a corner from the Portuguese player. The second goal of the day was scored by young midfielder Amorini, a reassuring victory for the newly promoted team. Cagliari continues its successful season so far. The visiting keeper Rossetti is certainly not entirely blameless for the first goal against Cremonese. Beretta doesn't care, he celebrates the lead with his teammates. The second goal for the Sardinians was also scored by a midfielder, Pierpaolo Bisoli. Slovenian striker Florijan Tčić scores to reduce the deficit for the visitors. Cremonese did not play badly and have made a positive impression overall so far, particularly thanks to their dangerous forwards. However, the highlight of the afternoon was once again provided by Luis Oliveira. The striker, who plays for the Belgian national team, scored the decisive third goal for his team after a magnificent solo run, thereby taking the lead in the scoring charts. Finally, Genoa faced Brescia in a clash between two clubs in crisis. Thanks to Czech center forward Tomáš Škuravi, Genoa celebrated an immensely important away win after last week's disaster at home against Reggiana. Brescia's biggest problem remains its low goal tally. As usual, we take a look at the table at the end. Roma's defeat has narrowed the gap at the top. Milan continues to catch up, while Foggia is in danger of falling behind at the end. After a weak start to the season, Giuseppe Signori has almost completely caught up with the leaders with one game. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.